Alright, on the draw. This thing's medium. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Brown Fox Scouts in our opener aren't stellar. It's got like shards and spells, but like we could... I feel like if I don't have a Runear, I should try and find one. Maybe just like double Brown Fox Scout is good enough. It's real close. This is probably a fine keep. I'm gonna throw it back. Keep. Hands a wild shard away from me in the nuts. Let's go turn 1 Wild Brave, turn 2 Rabbit. "12 draws make us happy." Hey, Yahtzee. Pengu Power with the 5-month resub. Thank you for the continued support. Welcome back. Oh no, he has the nuts draw too. Oh no. And he was on the play. This is so unfortunate. This is so unfortunate. He's not supposed to have his nuts draw when we have ours. God, I can't wait for these gems to rotate. This is dumb. So actual card rotation isn't going to happen until set 6 hits, and when set 6 comes into print, sets 1 and 2 are going to rotate out. When set 5 releases, though, all of the gems are going to change, so all of these customizable cards are going to be different. I think I take the trade here when he offers it. Am I supposed to take the trade? Who would take the trade here? I'm pretty confident he can't have anything to blow me out. I guess mine flies, though, which is just, like, much better than his. I'm probably supposed to give this to him, right? I think I've talked myself into giving it to him. Like, I just don't have a good follow-up. Like, this is my best threat. Like, I, like, jump my rabbit next turn. I, like, jump the rabbit next turn and hit him, and then I have rhinos to block his rabbit. And then if I find a shard and I draw a separate arcane focus, I can hit him again and make another rhino. Yeah, I'm going to no blocks here. Doesn't have another resource. That's good for us. That's... Everything turned out better than expected. We've got 3 draws to find a shard, so we can get another charge for our Boros activation again here. As a Ruby Splash. Okay, interesting. So no attacks here, I assume. Alright, sure. So now I jump the 4/4 rabbit and attack with everything? Yeah, that sounds right. Because if he wants to block this, I guess he could just trade his Runear for this. But if he's trading his Runear for this one, I'm okay with that. And that means my Rhino's getting through too. I think I just attack with everything here, or attack with both of these. I guess I could also technically Transmogrifade depending on how he blocks. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. Would you Transmogrifade here? Is the real question. I think I'm just supposed to like trade Runeers here. The odds of this having less than 2 power if I transmog it is pretty low, and I'd much rather use this transmog on a yeah, Croc or an Infinite Tricks, I think. Yeah, so we're gonna deal damage. Drag damage will be dealt from left to right. So yep, I want to kill his Runeer first. And if he just like plays Infinite Tricks here, we just like play Crocosaur. Succulent, Cluckodon, sure, that's fine. Unfortunate, we really want to hit another resource now. If we don't have the resource, the game is just like over on the spot, basically. If we had a resource shard that makes a temporary resource this turn, we just go Croc, eat these 2 guys, and like crunch with the squad. Survey says dead. Alright, so we trade this Croc for his... So when a Croc comes into play, it battles 2 opposing troops, so it's going to battle the 3/3 and the 4/4. So trade my guy for 2 of yours. These get larger. Squad goals. Crunch. He can block here and take 10 and go to 7, and I get another Rhino. Crunch. Hey, Wadanger. Hey, Zagarius. Yep, just dead. Turns out 3 rabbits beats 1. The Wasquiates of Wabbits. Alright, so how was I boarding this matchup? I want this out. This is actually the same matchup. I played 1 match with this deck today, and this is the second match I played with this deck, and I played against the deck my opponent's playing now. So earlier when I played, I cut Crocs. Not necessary to trade Croc. It really doesn't matter. You're right. I could have eaten his Cluck and his other thing and like left him with a 3/3. Sure. I don't think Transmogrifade's particularly good in this matchup. Definitely want Suffocate. Definitely want Mass Polydingler. I don't hate Turbulence. Maybe I don't necessarily need Verdict of the Ancient Kings. Croc was okay there, but I don't think Croc is stellar in this matchup in general. You remove Verdicts and Vine Lashes. I kind of like some Vine Lashes, right? Like, he's got Infinite Tricks in his deck, and, like, if he shifts the first thing off of Tricks, you can Vine Lash it in response and kill it. That seems pretty powerful. I'm inclined to say I don't love Crocosaur. Like, it was okay in that particular game, but I don't think it's going to be great in general. Why is Transmog good? All of his stuff is really expensive. Like, what, I want to kill, like, Forever's Child? This kills Forever's Child. Although I guess our champion power is kind of stressed, like, making sure we kill his things. I'm going to cut the Vine Lashes and bring in a Transmog. I think that's fine. I'm leaving in 1 Verdict because he's definitely bringing in Lullaby out of the reserves. And I had the last one bring in Grace of Tianost against me, which seems like a reasonable card to bring in. So I'm fine having a Verdict to counter that. This hand isn't the nuts, but it seems keepable. I think Windsinger's probably pretty good in this matchup. Yeah, I like bringing. I brought in the Karns on the play last time too, because like being able to kill their dork on one is powerful. I like that for sure. Greenpaw and Windsinger. That's going kind of low on the Coyote count. I want to make sure I use my Coyote shards first in case. I guess this is a Coyote, so I'm not in danger of losing them, but. Chlorphilia, sure. I guess we're a little soft to a turn 3 rabbit with this hand. Rabbit? Rabbit? Oh, escape's great. This is how we do 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 boop 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 boop. Just look at your rabbit, it's just so slow. Turn 3 rabbit, that's adorable. Jeez, I get to jump my rabbit and hold up Suffocate here? That sounds excellent. So I'm not playing this Howling Brave out because with this Howling Brave I can cast the Suffocate I have in my hand. Because we're only losing this game by them resolving something stupid. Got another shard in my hands, just getting jumped again next turn, make more rhinos. Hashtag all the rhinos. I'm probably countering most things here. Just because I want to keep this small enough that this rhino blocks it. Definitely countering a Trix. Probably countering, definitely countering a Croc. Grace of Tianos. Yeah, have to counter that one. And now if he has a troop that costs 3 or less, he can eat a rhino here, but if he doesn't, we're just in an amazing spot. And he doesn't. That's excellent. Brown Fox on top. Nope. Alright, so we play this. Play this. I think I'm jumping my Runeer here. I don't really want him to be able to trade these two for this, I don't think. I'm only going to attack with the Runeer because if in the event my opponent has Lullaby here, I don't want my Rhino to be tapped. Exhausted, whatever we call it. No, Lullaby is excellent for us. Hey, hey Jake. Can I come in here with Dad? Hi, bud. Set that up here. You come sit on Dad's lap. Hi, toddler. Yes, your father loves you. Croco. Alright, so I'm assuming this is eating a Rhino and a Howling Brave here. Yep. And then we'll see here if he offers this trade for these two. I'm not sure if I want to take it. I don't think I do. I don't think he wants this trade though. Yeah, doesn't want the trade. Sounds great. Continue to draw step. Alright, so let's play this. You want to watch something else? Okay. Let's go videos. How about some Daniel Tiger? Alright. So let's activate this. Jam Windsinger into play. And then I don't want to attack with this at this point. Windsinger can very easily just like rail our opponent into the ground here. So opponent needs to have like Purge right now. Whenever they draw a card, we draw a card, and our resources come back on their turn. You want pretzel? If he has a Purge, we're actually going to be in trouble here. Hey, I'm glad you're eating. You don't like to eat. And we have another shard, so we can jump the rabbit this turn. We're just like a counter magic away from locking this game up. I think I'm going to play this Howling Brave out. Like I said, the one thing that beats us here is Purge, so I'd like this as like a chump blocker post-Purge. Crunch, make a Rhino. Again, looking for counter magic, so Purge is no longer an out. Also looking for Verdict. Cosmic Shaman. Alright. Damage and life drain. That's definitely, huh. Am I... Yeah, I'm going to transmog this in response to the trigger, because that way my opponent doesn't gain life and possibly deals less damage. Giving him a flying thing that's going to get to block my flying things, not so great. But, how many resources am I at? 6. This is 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we're getting close to empowering this. We could die to a string of Cosmic Shamans out of him. The Phantoms are going to make his Runear large when he eventually blocks. Alright, so what am I supposed to do here? I think the fact that we drew the 10th shard means that I'm playing this and then just passing the turn for now because we can empower this Green Paw Emancipator next turn. The fact that this can hit us is really annoying. Mass Polydingler. Alright, that'll do big. So Mass Polydingler turns every troop my opponent has in play and their hand into 0/1 dorks. And then they should just be dead, I think, actually. Another rabbit for good measure. So we play this, we jump this, and then he should die to the crush damage on these rhinos. Has a Howling Brave in hand, sure, so we jump that. Yeah. Crunch with my nerds. To help. Raise the dinglers. Damages. Alright, hopefully we can keep sliding on up. I don't know how many matches are between me and first, but we're gonna try and work our way there. I get to go first. This is a different Banks player. Hand is a Hierophant. You know what? Maybe this hand wasn't to keep because our opponent's on Banks. Verdict is medium in this matchup. Medium at best. Just like 2 shards. Howling Brave will just be a professional and draw a rabbit. Hopefully we'll just be a professional and draw a rabbit. Maybe he's playing Cosmic Dragons and these verdicts will be really good. Nope. Alright, I deserve that. Green Paw, that's not bad. If we had a shard next turn, we can just have turn 3 Green Paw on the play. That's fine. Any tips for beginner? What's your background, Joe? Do you have other TCG experience? You're just someone who found it by playing video games on Steam? Shard that makes temporary resource. Or a rabbit. Yay. Alright, so play this. Let's turn 3/5 drop. This guy comes into play, he makes 2 1/1s, and as long as he remains in play, those 1/1s get +1/+1. Just like no plays for the first 3 turns. That sounds great. And we have a croc now? Okay, time me up. Let's attack for 10. Just gonna like play an infinite tricks on 4. I can't imagine he doesn't have a play here, right? And these were counter magics, this game would be over. We have 4 counter magics and 2 verdicts in the main deck. Cheese Smythe, sure. I think I'm going to transmog this. Yeah, I'm going to transmog it because I would like to be able to croc it away. Yeah! Into something that can't even block. And then counter magic should lock the game up. Oh, no, I don't have 2. I don't have double Sapphire Threshold. The best way to grind. I'm actually not sure the best way to grind. Okay, honestly, the best way to grind, actually I do, is to just buy a cheap constructed deck and then start playing the ladder, because the ladder's free to play and you can earn packs and gold on the ladder. Alright, I guess we're just boarding this the same way we've been boarding. You want your show? Dad's gonna put your show on the TV, okay? I'm putting it up there, bud. Alright, so lullabies and Dingler and we were cutting vines and transmogrifade. So let's go ahead and save. Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm gonna trim 1 croc and leave 2 transmogs in. I'm a liar. Croc's a good over-the-top play. There are links to some of my deck lists below the stream. I'm not sure if the auto sync is working or not right now. Say what the heck, Netflix? Yep. Can need some shards or a rabbit. Ideally both. He doesn't have... We're really good at having Howling Brave on 1. If you want to play a deck that has a Accelerant in it, you should just always have the Accelerant on 1. That's the best. I know, Jake. It's tough. The Chromecast is great when it works, but it really likes to mess up occasionally. Rabbit! Rabbit! I guess that'd be unfair if that worked every time, right? I just want to run some shards off here. Drawing 6-drop into 5-drop was not stellar in our hand that was already kind of resource hungry. Alright, he's missing shards too. We have cantrips in our deck though. Shards? That's unfortunate. I guess I'm just passing the turn here. Wonder what we have. Could be anything. Even a Brown Fox Scout. He's going to miss this shard again. Man, we're just like... We're not running good, but they're running worse than we are, which is nice. Okay, that does not enable counter magic, unfortunately, because again, missing that double sapphire threshold. But we do have four power now, so we got him on a clock. Opponent has had enough. Yay, beating people down who are missing shard drops. 12. Just meant to be. Can't lose. Did you poop? Poop check. No poop. You're good to go. All right. I'd like to say thanks to everyone that's hanging out here this morning, afternoon, or night, wherever you're at. We're just going to keep playing against Rutherford Banks this afternoon, it looks like, which this matchup seems good for the Blast Forge deck. Like, they're not particularly interactive. And we've got the right tools to, like, break up their pieces. So I'm going to keep this. We have Brown Fox Scout on top of our deck. We're on the draw. We've got some shards here. We likely have this on 3. This is going to turn on... The Brown Fox Scout is going to turn on Coyote for us. I'm going to go ahead and play the shard out and cast Arcane Focus here. I'm going to take Howling Brave because it fulfills the second wild threshold requirement for this Runear Hierophant. We draw Wild Shard next turn. We're going to play Brown Fox on 2. If we don't, we're going to play Howling Brave so we can guaranteed turn 3 Runear. We just like turn 3 Runear into like double counter magic up. Our game's probably just over. And just like do my thing, say you can't do your thing, etc., etc. Wild Shard is perfect here because it allows us to play this Brown Fox Scout on 2 here, which means we'll have a blocker for his Runear Hierophant. So this card, for people that aren't aware why we were able to see it, whenever this card is on top of our deck, it reveals itself to us, and we can actually play it off the top of our deck if we have the resources to cast it. Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to a rotation happening eventually, just so, like, these set 1 cards that, like, people haven't been opening packs for, just, like, rotate out. He's, like, 0% to take this trade. I think dealing 3 to him is better than saving us 2 on the crackback here. I really don't care if he gets to make a cheese cheaper. Grace of Tienos. That's really good. Now I need to draw one of our 2 Transmogriphades. Yeah, it's like really good. This gives it lethal and flight. Man, main deck Graces. It's kind of a beating. Alright, so we're going to play this Howling Brave out and pass the turn here. Yeah, we're just going to pass the turn and hold these counter magics up. I really don't want him to be able to like stick an Infinite Tricks or a Crocosaur or something like that. If you've played Magic the Gathering, this game's much closer to Magic than it is to Hearthstone. And since we have two counter magics, just pretty willing to snap off. snap it off on the first thing he does there.
So, which candle holder is the tallest one? The one in the middle. Thanks.
Alright, so Lantern Flashlight can propel us to stuff. Again, we only have 2 transmogs in the main deck, so odds of us not being able to beat through this are pretty high, which sucks. We're probably gonna have to. I guess we have Croc Swords in our deck too, right? So if he gets a second troop out there, we can Croc and battle this and something else. Wow, that's aggressive. Okay. So that means we're going to hit him with this Rainier Hierophant. He like has infinite tricks he seems resolving. Skyguard lethal. So did he just like metagame his deck to beat us since we're in the queue? I feel like he's played a couple of cards that are just like nowhere near playable. Well, let's play this. And hey look, there's a Brown Fox Scout on top of our deck, so we can play this off of the top of our deck. Let's go ahead and play this. I think I'm just gonna crunch him for I'm just gonna crunch for 9 here. We get a Rhino, pass the turn. I could have played this to get an extra point of damage in there, but I think I'd rather hold up this Verdict of the Ancient Kings, just in case he's got something weird. He can activate his champion ability now and put one of these troops back into play. He can just, like, put the Croc back in, which kind of sucks. Yeah, so Croc's coming back, and it's probably going to eat Green Paw and Howling Brave. At least I could also just, like, eat Green Paw Rhino if he's worried about it, but probably Green Paw Howling Brave. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and activate the Howling Brave to get a resource so we can play this Brown Fox Scout or this Verdict until end of turn. If he has infinite tricks here, we're going to be in a lot of trouble if we don't peel Transmog. My in-game name, my name everywhere on the internet is super easy. It's just Jeff Hoagland. I haven't really spent a lot of time looking at Hero Fall. Most of my Hex time has been devoted to working my way up the Constructed ladder, which is this current season. I'm hoping next week to have set aside some time to do a formal set review with Van Meter. Cracker Barrel Cheddar. Well, we're just going to go ahead and Verdict this since he's taken a turn off to do this. We probably don't have a lot of good Verdict targets. It kind of sucks that we're like drawing this Brown Fox Scout instead of playing it off the top of our library, but... I think that's better than giving him access to our Green Paw Transmogrifade. New set's coming out in next week or so. I'm guessing that set 5 is going to come out before the showdown. So like, if set 5 isn't out or is out the week before the thing, I'm going to spend some time playing limited. So if I ship with everything, he goes block, block, and we get 5 points of damage through. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass here. Might finally drop a game to the Banks deck. The fact that he has Grace in his main deck definitely makes me want to leave the Transmogs in post board. Alright, so you got the Green Paw. Another Grace, okay. Wonder if he's going to attack here. Okay, no attack there's conservative from him. It's probably the right play. Alright, that's a shard, but it draws a card at least from the landing post site we played earlier. So that's all 3 of the draws from that. Another Howling Brave. So not the Transmog we needed. So now we're trading 2 dorks for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 points of damage. And I think that's worthwhile. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and crack with the squad here. And maybe if he doesn't peel many life gain, we can push through the last few points of damage at some point. He is going to get to Green Paw and put 3 blockers into play next turn, which kind of sucks. So his guy comes back because of Grace of Tianost. We'll go ahead and play this out. And then Green Paw, he's still alive because he'll have 1, 2, and then 3 blockers, so we can only put him to 1, unfortunately. If he doesn't have an Infinite Chicks, Transmog will kill him because it'll be able to take away his flyer, and then we'll be able to jump the Brown Fox Scout and hit him. Worth noting the Vine Lash is much worse than Turbulence here. Do you think the Vine Lashes are a better main deck than Turbulence, Matt? With the Cosmic Dragons deck floating around and stuff like that too? So there's a Green Paw. Dragon Belly Breed. Alright, come on. Transmogrifade. Come on, dealer. Dystopia with the 3-month free sub. Welcome back. Thank you for the support for an entire quarter of a year. Alright. That's a card that can help us win a game going long. So again, this card gives us our resources on our opponent's turn, and whenever they draw a card, we draw a card. So, yes, I would like to draw. I mean, everything's different. Like, even games that are similar to Hearthstone are going to be a little bit different. But, again, this game's much closer to Magic than Hearthstone. So, well, there he goes. He gains 8 and draws 7 cards. Oh, we draw 7 cards, too. Okay. Yep. So you're saying there's a chance. Oh, I messed up. I was clicking too quickly. I didn't notice that there was a Brown Fox Scout on top of my deck. I could have played this, so I drew 1 less card than I should have drawn here, which could definitely end up costing us this game. So again, this card draws my opponent's cards, and then whenever they play a card, draw a card, we draw a card. Alright, we have a game, as they say. And I could be 1 card deeper into my deck, which definitely could end up costing me the game. Alright, just attack with your flyer. I guess we've got a bunch of looks towards finding Transmog here now, right? That's really unfortunate. Oh, the draws don't go on the chain. Yeah, you're right. You are completely correct. Alright, so what can I do here? So, this Croc can fight the Crocosaur and the Cheese Smythe, but then this will get to come back into play and fight 2 of my things, but it can't kill my Windsinger, so that really doesn't matter. So I can get his Cheese Smythe and his Crocosaur off the table. We're definitely playing a Shard to start. So am I supposed to Croc these 2? Okay, yeah, I think I'm supposed to croc these 2. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And then the Croc's going to come back into play and probably like eat Brown Fox Scout and a Howling Brave. Yeah, I definitely think I'm supposed to do that. You know what though? If he has Infinite Tricks, I guess he's likely going to have Infinite Tricks either way. Yeah, I'm just going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and play... My sequencing here is just a total mess. So, I'll play Cyclone Shaper. I should have Cyclone Shapered and focused first. And Cyclone Shaper makes all my actions cost 1 less, so Cyclone Shaper makes these Arcane Focuses free. It's a pretty good one. Oh, you know what? This is going to let him kill my Cyclone Shaper. That's unfortunate. His guy's going to come back into play and be able to kill my Cyclone Shaper. I think I'm fine with that. Yeah, think I'm just supposed to do this and then start crunching with the Windsinger here. So this is going to come back into play and probably kill Brown Fox Scout and Cyclone Shaper here. But I needed that to, like, cut through all of the things there. If I use 2 Counter Magics this game, so there's 2 Counter Magics left in my deck. My toddler just ran his car into my gate. And then I've got a bunch of charges here, so we're just going to go ahead and jump my Windsinger and crunch him for 4. He's thinking about, yeah, so killed the 2 things I said he was going to kill. Jump Windsinger. And we've got 3 draws in the bank from the Lanipois site we just put in there. And then we're going to get a draw on our opponent's turn. This has been a sweet game. I didn't think we were going to win this game. And then we're kind of, Windsinger's pulling it out for us. Yeah, they draw a card, we draw a card. Rabbit, sign me up. No, that doesn't seem worth it. Grace the Tienos is pretty good. I don't think we're going to be able to erase that. We do not have a Mass Poly Dingler in our main deck, unfortunately. The old post-combat, make my guy bigger. Sure. This guy's now lethal, so we need to find another Cyclone Shaper to block. Play Runear Hierophant, draw a card. Play Sapphire Shard, draw a card. Are we just dead here? I think we're just dead. It's unfortunate. Just like a little bit behind. That Verdict of the Ancient Kings needed to come a little sooner. Doing alright. Playing some Boris Blast Forge. Haven't played it for a while. We did 2 different ways here, just like dead to... Well, we might not be dead to attacks. We're definitely dead to this guy. Infinite tricks. Sure. Actually, I'm going to let this resolve, and I'm going to Vine Lash this in response to the trigger, letting him know that there's Vine Lash in our decks. I'm definitely boarding these out. I like showing my opponent information that's not going to be relevant to their game. Verdict my own Vine Lash for Cyclone Shaper. Yeah, that was definitely a line. No, you can't. That's not a line. I'm wrong. You can't verdict your own spells in this game. Retaining priority is not a thing you can do in Hex. So the mistake this game might have been the turn where I killed his Croc and let him kill my Cyclone Shaper. It might have been better just to like empower the Cyclone Shaper and jam it there. At any rate, we have a game 2 to play here. Vine Lash isn't stellar. I'm going to board the Transmogs. He's got Grace. I really don't like Crocosaur. And I don't like a Verdict. Let's do this. I've got Carnosaurus because we're on the play. Maybe we'll put Crocs in on the draw. Turbulence seems medium. Not stellar, maybe Turbulence over Carnosaurs on the draw. I like Carnosaurs on the play because if opponent has turn 1 Holic Brave, Carnosaur can eat it on the play on our turn 2. play first. Easy mulligan. I'm gonna go to 5 here. And let's keep it 5, I think. The old mulligan, the bad 7, into the meh 6, into the keep a 5, that's the 7 minus 2 cards. Sure. Definitely better than going to 4, though, I think. Alright. We got piece of interaction. It's not pressure, though, like we want on the play. Oh no, we're just gonna get run over. Maybe a second shard doesn't make a temporary resource. Hey, Tom. Hey! Yatsu! You have to go Sapphire into Counter Magic Suffocate. No attack. Oh, I have Brown Fox out resources up? Sure. Huh. Do I just, like, play this and fight his guy? He didn't have anything for 2 last turn. I think I'm just supposed to hold Counter Magic up here. Huh. So, I'm not afraid of a second rabbit if I play this out now, so now I'm going to play this and eat his dork here. And if he has, like, rips, untapped diamond shard, plays infinite tricks, we're kind of sad. But his Runear Hierophant cost him 5 now because the first one got counter magicked. Oh, there's untapped diamond shard. Yay, no tricks. Just 2 shards next to draw steps. Okay. Well, we're definitely cracking with this Carnosaur. And I think I'm just playing this Runear Hierophant out. Actually, kind of a tough decision, right? Like, do I just play this? I think I'm just supposed to jam this. He can't croc me because this is Spell Shield. Five cost Runear, sure. Now the question becomes, do I play this during my ready step? I think I'm supposed to. Nah. We lose to an infinite tricks if I hold this. So I'm just gonna do this and crunch here. If he doesn't play into the suffocate, I will. If he doesn't play into the suffocate, I'll play the Brown Fox out during his end step. I think these two provide enough pressure. Yeah, exactly, 32 beat. I think his line to kill us involves us not holding this up, so we should. Although if he has infinite tricks, worth noting here that, yeah, so if he has another resource next turn, he's going to get to bring that infinite tricks back, which sucks. Lullaby here is real bad for us. I feel like we can't afford to play around Lullaby. That's unfortunate. Probably not winning when he plays a shard here. If we would have run off shards to play this Windsinger on time, we might have been able to beat this. But I don't think we're going to be able to interact with this. This is going to hit us for 6, and then it'll be a 7/7, and then it's going to hit us for 8. So we're just adding 3 to this dork. So we need to find a lullaby ASAP. Lullaby of our own. Hi, toddler. The old cat, just every time, just missing points of damage. Hey, bud. Oh, did you poop? Did you poop now? Yes, you did. Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta change a diaper. Sorry about the break. Here's the bus. This is easier if you don't fight me. Alright, so next turn, we can draw Lullaby next turn, or we can draw Shard that makes a temporary resource, play Windsinger, and then draw Lullaby off of his draw on his turn that Windsinger gives us. So all of our sequences here to outs involve drawing a Lullaby. So Shard that makes temporary resource, we get a redraw. Lullaby, we're just like right back in this game. We hit Lullaby, we're probably a pretty strong favorite to win. We like take away his Runear's insaneness, and then alright, redraws. Okie doke. I think I want a third copy of this on my board. It's probably just biased because I've played this Banks matchup 3 times now, but I kind of want another Lullaby because like it's really important for winning these when they actually get their Voltron online. I might make some changes to match configuration here in a second after this match. Now, if he's sharp, he's going to attack with the Infinite Tricks here, too. Why do you have to be smart, opponent? And the reason why he attacks with the Infinite Tricks as well here is because Lullaby reverts the troop in addition to preventing the damage, so this turns back into a 3/4 with the shift abilities when it reverts. I mean, that still gives us more draws, and like we're not dead on board to this if he attacks with the Infinite Tricks here. I mean, we were just dead on that attack, and now we get more draws and redraws. So like now this is a 5-5, so we're dead in 2. Or we're just dead next turn. Okay. So have to draw Lullaby again, and then probably just Treading Water with the Infinite Tricks is good play on the opponent's part. Yep, just dead. We're going to make some changes here. I want another Lullaby. The Vine Lashes don't seem particularly good. There aren't a ton of vampires right now, and a lot of the things we want to make bigger than that, we want to kill, are bigger than... I understand the resource efficiency is probably important. No, but Lullaby prevents damage dealt to and dealt by the opposing troops, so there's no point in blocking them. I'm going to try Turbulences over the Vine Lashes, and I'm going to cut that now 4th Turbulence from the board for another Lullaby. I hate when people message me asking questions that they could find via a simple Google search. I don't mind, like, taking, like, theory questions on occasion from people that help out. I'd never mind answering questions from my subs in the Discord chat, but, like, don't use me for Google. Finally dove into Hex, and it feels weird not being bent over. Welcome. Ooh, opponent's not playing. Let me win. Nope, sorry. Although this hand might let him win. This hand is not stellar. Turn off messages while streaming. I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, I'm not talking about Twitch messages. I'm talking about like random Facebook messages and stuff. We are currently 13th. It's possible I'm supposed to lead on Sapphire there, so I can Turbulence this on 2, because my champion ability requires double Sapphire to use. Very, very possible that was the correct line there. I'm also playing a Sapphire Shard as opposed to playing out the Shard of Instinct, because we do have Crocosaurs in our deck, which means I need that 3rd. If he has Whirling Brutalizer here, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. I feel like if he has Brutalizer, he would have played this. Oh, wow. That's very good. That's much better than Brutalizer because it kills our guy. Good beats. Oh, we wouldn't be able to play Turbulence Sapphire. Okay, that's fair. This just doesn't feel good no matter what we do. Immediately punished for having cut the Vine Lashes for Turbulences. Could have, if this was a Vine Lash, it would be free right now because of Cyclone Shaper, and we could have Blast Forged one of his guys and then Vine Lashed it. So... it does not look like we were winning this game. Especially with this idiot giving him Scorches. Probably, yeah, I'll just call it a day. Probably boarding out the Howling Braves against the Scorch deck. He's probably got a bunch of the Pyromancers. See if we can afford to do that. Do I want the extra turbulence? The extra turbulence is probably fine. Windsinger's probably... Oh, you know what? I can't cut this many coyotals. That's definitely something that's true. I can't afford to cut just all of the coyotals with the Howling Bluegrass Plains. I definitely want to cut, so... This is 10 if we leave Brave, Scouts, and Shapers. I gotta cut 4 more cards. Let's cut the Transmographites, leave the Turbulences. Cut a couple Crocs at the top end. That seems fine. If Croc's blowing them out, it's probably... We're probably too far behind anyways. Sand doesn't do much. It's just kind of clunky. It like needs shards and action, so let's try again. Sand's medium. This hand draws a bunch of shards. We'll be real happy with it. Whoa. Grab wild. If we get a shard and get to go brave next turn, we'll be in a great spot. Shard that makes a resource. Shard that makes a resource. The perfects. I'm just gonna go brave here as opposed to Brown Fox Scout. It's just guaranteed play Clucker next turn. If he doesn't kill one of these. Burned one of them, sure. Wow, that's pretty good for us. He just like spent the burns is fine, but like gain 3 off the second one sounds great. Would like to just draw shards. I guess we drew Runier, so we're kind of sad that we lost the other one, but still, I think that's a net positive for us overall. Ebony Pawn, sure. It's not my place to talk about something that's going on with another player. I'm not going to try and spread gossip. I don't know firsthand what happened. The only people that really know are Ryan and the investigations committee. Or the judge that filled out a comment for the investigations committee. Got my Wascally Wabbit in play. We had a Sapphire Threshold next turn. We should be just like pretty good to go. We get to start jumping the rabbit in case he plays a blocker. And yeah, just our troops have gained all the life. Right, this game is probably over regardless now that he's missed that char drop and this is going to start making rhinos. Sapphire for good measure would be okay though. Heatwave. Heatwave could be okay, I suppose. They usually don't play Heatwave in the board. Think they just trade this in for 3 points of damage? Yes, he is. Alright. Block. Shards! That's so sad. Well, we couldn't lose if we run off some shards. As it is, our opponent could definitely have sequences of plays that kill us from 14, not being able to play any of these cards out. Come on, shard that makes a temporary resource, or just any sapphire. Just any shard is fine, actually. Howling Blue-Gas Plains is also fine, actually. Still play Cluck. Yay! Ready to get clucked up, Mother Clucker? Cluck you, cluck them. Oh, yeah. Mmm. Taste it. Crunch. 4 lethal troops. You could have Extinction here. I play Extinction in the reserves of my Yodel deck, and this is one of the matchups it's for. Mother Clucker. If he has Extinction and we need to draw a shard to deploy these chomps to have a good shot. Just doesn't have it, sure. Am I supposed to change anything? I don't think so. Maybe it's possible on the draw I don't want this Croc at all and I want another Transmog in my deck. Yeah, I think I'll buy that for $1. It's possible I even just want 2 Transmogs and no... Yeah, I probably want 2 Transmogs and not the 3rd Turbulence. No, the Spell Shield gem is unfair. The Hierophant is fine. It's fine. So, the tough thing here is that if he kills this, which based on his other play patterns, he probably can and will, this no longer makes a threshold for us. So hopefully this lives so we can play this out for a threshold. And it also lets us play turn 2 Runeair, but I mostly want to be able to make yeah, that's just it. That's unfortunate. We got two wild at least. Strakayodel. Hashtag never didn't have it. Doesn't have another resource. Okay. I'm going to transmog this, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to transmog this. Into a 3/3. Yep. So that's one of the bad ones that could have come out of there. Okay. And again, wishing that these were... that these were Vine Lashes. Or even another Transmog to try and give him another random 1-drop. Wow, what a blowout. That card is not good against us, but occasionally we only have 1 troop, I guess. Good beats opponent. This card is not playable. This card's so close to being playable, and it's just not. Alright, we could actually lose this game now. Let's give his guy Flight and Turbulence it. Please don't kill my Shaper. Looking for a threat. Brown Fox Scout would be nice on top. That's technically a threat, I guess, kinda. So you just have like so many. Maybe that's why he was killing all of our idiots in the previous game, because he like wanted to make his bleed out better. Seems much worse than just having Extinction. Drew Daw with the 5-month resub. Thank you for the continued support. I feel like he's gonna just have something that's more important than this. But we could also just like draw threats and want to play them. Yeah, I'm gonna counter magic this. We have a lot of counter magic in our deck right now. And making his other burning tendrils more expensive is also not bad. Fusion device, sure. This adds 4 turns to the Brave Clock. It's so sad. You're gonna spend a Crackling Bolting me, sure. Yeah, it's a weird change of pace, but it's probably right. Chompasaur would be a great draw. It gains us 5 effectively because it kills this. Carnosaur worse than the other dinos at this point. Not in a good spot here. I could just play this out, but I kind of want to hold it for a turn or two. Yep, going to 5. Dead? Mostly dead? So we're taking 6 here down to... Alright, and then this is going to get to trade with this at least. We're going to end up at 5 here after when all's said and done. Alright, so not dead to Whirling Brutalizer either way here, so we're just going to keep chipping away. The bleed out ended up being very good for him in this game. We mulliganed and had a little bit of an awkward start. And actually, again, the stupid... This not being Vine Lash cost us games 1 and 3 here. Maybe I should swap that back? I don't know. I think this matchup was probably pretty reasonable for us on average. Alright, it's another turn. This is 4 damage. Maybe our opponent will flood a little bit here. We've got him on a 4-turn clock now. Dead to burn. This shouldn't be in his deck. I mean, I'm glad it is, but it should not be in his deck post-board against us. Cluckadon? Cluckadon? Okay, so you're saying there's a chance. Alright, so he's at 22. So if I attack with this a few times, we're dead to... If I don't leave this back, we're dead to Whirling Brutalizer. I think I'm just supposed to crunch with these enough times to get him towards lethal here. And we don't have anything like Windsinger in our deck to really put the game out of reach, so we just gotta keep hoping our draws line up well against his. And that he runs off. If he runs off 1 or 2 resources, we might be okay. That's a fantastic draw, because it makes us not dead to a Whirling Brutalizer, and it speeds up the clock. So this is putting our opponent to 12. Yeah, Cosmic Dragons changes that, Waffle. Yeah, Cosmic Dragons changes that for sure. And if he's got 2 things that deal damage to us, we're going to die. Ooh, that's a shard. Alright, we just need to be able to beat the card in his hand and the card on top of his deck. Cluckadon! Cluckadon! I'm going to leave Howling Brave back so we don't lose to Whirling Brutalizer now since he's dead in 2 regardless. Okay, I don't think there's anything that kills us here. close. Close game. I was closer than it needed to be because Turbulence was a little awkward compared to Vine Lash. Ah! Cluck you! Wonder how many games it's gonna take. We're on 12 now. We were at 12. We lost a match with 13. Won a match back to 12. Cluck you, Yodel. Yeah, good line.
Mr. Dose gave us an thanks to you. This assignment was a
What's the goal? Top 10? The goal is we're going to play for a few hours because we always stream for a few hours on Tuesday afternoons. And wherever we end up, we end up. And if I need the buffering, we will play tomorrow night as well. The old repair. That scene seems fine. No, I don't believe it matters at all. Ha! Are we just gonna have like, if we draw a Sapphire Shard, we could just like turn 3 Cyclone Shaper empowered? That sounds hot. Although knowing this opponent, this is the same opponent we just played, he's gonna just like mow down our Howling Braves, which is fine. Yeah, the pairing algorithm definitely needs some work. I don't like that it repairs like it just did. I think that's less than stellar. No worries, Khan. How'd you finish out? You were 4-1 after we played. I ended up finishing 6-3 and just stopped playing the second day. Castable. Ooh, that's not castable yet. It's unfortunate. So I'll play this. Although we can play this next turn and then play Cyclone Shaper Empowered the turn after that. I'm just going to leave both of these on defense because I'd much rather him not kill either of them and not attack. Activated champion abilities. We take 2 from this. Sweet. Alright, that's a lot of damage, but hopefully we're just going to be able to race him with this green paw. Please don't attack. Please don't attack. Sweet. Yeah, I think that's more important to him than our guys. Looking at like counter magics at this. Yep. That's a counter magic. Okay. So let's play this. Put 8 power into play. And then let's play this Stork out, get our second Sapphire threshold, and hopefully we're not dead next turn. There's definitely a sequence. I think there's a sequence of draws that can do 13 to us with this Arena Regular in play. I think it involves Crackling Vortex. He like go Champion Power, Crackling Vortex us for 4. Alright, no Champ Power, so we should be alive this turn. If we hit a shard that makes a temporary resource this turn, we can empower Cyclone Shaper and hold up counter magic, which should hopefully lock the game up. Just second counter magic. Yep, sign me up. Alright, so let's play this out. I guess it really doesn't matter playing that out before or not. Think I'm gonna ship like this? Yeah, I'm fine if he wants to trade these. Want to leave at least one of these back to make a resource for counter magic. This hits my opponent for 9 down to 10. Now if he doesn't block anything, he's dead to these guys on the crackback next turn. Might be thinking about trading for a 2/2 here. If he has a burn, he might be thinking about blocking plus burning. That's super high risk though. There's the Yoltul activation. Take 2 from this. Go to 10. What you got, boy? Main deck Electrify. Well, that would have been really good if we didn't have this here counter magic. Oh, you know what? That was a missequence on my part. I definitely should have activated this on my turn, because my opponent could have burned this in response to that activation, and then I wouldn't have been able to counter magic. And that would have been real bad for me. So I made a mistake there, but my opponent did not have the capital to punish me for it. And that's lethal, right? Yeah, I just activate this, and then Croc devours his guys. Let me eat crunch for these for 10. Hey, Monty, life is swell. We're slaying nerds with the Blast Forge deck this afternoon. And again, we're just going to cut basically all of our top end. And bring in some different top end, some fight dinos, the extra verdicts. What else? I cut the landing pod sites last time. That seems fine. I'm gonna split the difference on turbulence and landing pod site actually. See how that feels. Turbulence feels medium. Easy. Sorry, I was responding to a work email. Apologies for that. Look at that. Turn 2 Runear Hierophant. He's probably going to kill the Howling Brave, but like he should. But that sounds, very reasonable. I haven't put a lot of time into looking at the new set stuff yet. Again, I've mostly just been working on getting my rank up so I can make sure I play the Showdown tournament. I am flying this weekend, though, instead of driving to the Open in Richmond, so I'll probably be spending time on the airplane poring over Set 5 spoilers. Because this deck is more aggressive than the Feather Drifting builds. I think being aggressive is a fine place to be. Why the Feather Drifting builds over this? I'll do that. Now I'm just going to play this out. It's a little awkward against Whirling Brutalizer, but it insulates us from... What's it called next turn? I am blanking on its name. Bleed Out. Unless he has a removal for this. We are currently ranked 12. So we're going to transmog this guy again, I think. Yep, just turned it into a 1/1. Sounds great. So I can even block it with this. Always looking for the next gem to break. So if he has Burn plus Whirling Brutalizer here, we're going to take a lot of damage. That's pretty good. Alright, so we went from pretty far ahead to needing a threat now. Brown Fox got on top. Brown Fox got on top. It's unfortunate. He showed us Electrofry, so maybe I'm supposed to be conservative and wait there since I already have the verdict in my hand. Yeah, it's very possible I'm just supposed to, like, pass the turn with the Howling Brave. Like, Transmog his guy and pass with the Howling Brave. And, like, play the rabbit the following turn. Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble now. I need to find a removal spell or another threat or something here. This is probably going to kill us next turn if we don't find a way to interact with it. And we didn't draw a threat for the turn, and we don't have a Brown Fox Scout on top, so we just pass here. Get to take game 3 on the play. Emberspire Witch, yep, that's a card. We don't have Crocs in my deck right now, so I'm going to have a hard time getting both of these off the table. It's just going to be a little bit too slow. The more I play this matchup, the less I feel like I like the Turbulences. I think I'm going to put 2 Crocs in, because I just feel like we really want threats in this matchup. And, like, Croc's a card that can, like, help catch us up if we need it. Oh no! So this is the part where I mentioned that I'm playing Hex on an unsupported operating system. I'm running the Windows version of Hex on Linux through Wine. And, oh look, it kind of went back to normal. Oh, that's why it freaked out there. Yeah, I'm going to keep the rabbit on the plate. That's fine. Play this for Sapphire. So, probably need to restart after this. That's why these things look all funky. If I zoom in on a card, it's probably going to be weird. Nope. Alright. Wine is weird, and for people that don't know what Wine is, it's a software thing that allows you to run Windows applications on a Linux operating system. Kind of a compatibility layer is the way to think about it. Man, I'm really bad. Have we played any Brown Fox Scouts off the top of our deck in like 6 games? We haven't, right? It's just like actual 0. I can give him a charge, sure. Alright, so he's going to need Burn plus Bleed Out to kill this Runeer. I played 1 off the top. You sure we didn't draw that one? I know we flipped it over at one point. Alright, so my plan of drawing shards, or drawing non-shards with this hand has not panned out. Counter magic. Alright, so I don't think I want to play this out because if my opponent has Electrofry, they're going to be able to mow him down too. So I think we're just going to wait on that. Especially since we have 2 more shards in our hand, and if I run off, if we just wait 2 more turns, the Cyclone Shaper can be a 4/6. Second Arena Regular. Huh. That, I think, makes me play out the Cyclone Shaper next turn. Don't Vortex me. Don't Vortex me. Okay. No shard. No shard. Big bucks. Yeah, no shard. Sweet. Okay. Another troop that we can play next turn would be great. Hey, there's Foxy. Yeah, Foxy lady. Let's play this Cyclone Shaper out to get our extra point in here. And then I'm not going to play out this Brown Fox Scout for the extra point of damage right now. Because if my opponent has a Shard and an Electrofry, I want them to go Shard, Champion Power, Electrofry. Oh, I guess that doesn't do it anymore, right? Because this got too big. So maybe I should have played this out. But I guess this lets me have an extra guy post Electrify. The open this weekend is standard. It's the last standard open before the format rotates. So can't cast Extinction, only has single blood threshold. I guess there's a world where he attacks with both of these. I block each. He goes burn, burn, bleed me out. But then I have this. Wow, that's good. And we could just die here. Yep. Definitely could just die. Man, I hope we don't come up 1 point short because I didn't play this. I think not playing it is correct, but shoot. Did not expect it to be that close. I guess Crackling Bolt, I was going to shard into Crackling Bolt, I was going to do it. Because of the 2 arena regulars here. Does Croc kill him here? Verdict of the Ancient Kings is pretty good. Hopefully that buffers us enough to be able to win this game. Let's jump this dork again. And then if I crunch with, yeah, I'm just going to crunch with all of these. That way he has to block something. I guess he doesn't have a champion activation up next turn, which could be our saving grace. And that's not quite lethal. Let's put some to 2. Okay, so the one extra point of damage is looking like it wouldn't have mattered. So Shard Whirling Brutalizer kills us. Yeah, Shard Whirling Brutalizer kills us. Hopefully he doesn't have a shard. We want him to have like ideally like a 2-cost and a 3-cost card here. Crackling Bolt, burn doesn't do it. Double Crackling Bolt does it. It's possible I shouldn't have attacked with both my ground pounders last turn. I should have just hit him in the air. The shard doesn't kill me. Oh, because he has Hex Geode. Yeah, so if he had a shard, he could have Hex Geoded. Yeah, you're right. I did not count that. And then my opponent conceded there, and I said we were going to need to restart Hex. Hex restarted itself.